Hey everybody, welcome to the Truly Myrtle podcast. I'm Libby. This is my weekly live podcast and I zoom out on, I zoom out on YouTube and on Facebook, on my Facebook page at the same time. So hopefully you're catching me on one or the other. I am a knitwear designer. I'm based in New Zealand. The weather is starting to be a little bit cooler and I'm very happy about that, although yesterday was quite hot. But anyway, knitting weather is coming. We haven't stopped knitting, but now we really want to wear all our jumpers. I'm also the founder of Wardrobe Toolbox, and Wardrobe Toolbox is it's a subscription membership program. It's like a club. It's an online club. And this is where you come to learn about how to make garments, really tailor them for you, to make them fit you, and just to get to grips with what shapes you want to be wearing, how yarn behaves, how to choose a size, how to modify it, and all of those good things. The doors only open twice a year. Now, they'll be opening on Monday, and again in the very end of September, October. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Wardrobe Toolbox today because I'm answering some of your questions that you've sent in, and the doors will be opening for only 5 days on Monday. So if you're thinking of joining us, now is the time to come and join Wardrobe Toolbox. I'm going to look at your comments. This is the lovely thing about a live podcast is I get to see all your comments. The problem is you're so jolly far away. You're so far away over there. I have to pull you a bit closer. I was telling my daughter the other day, she was talking about something she had to do and it was embarrassing. And I said, you want to check out my reels on social media? Then you just can do anything if you can do that. Because the problem is you get more and more long-sighted as I do as I get older. And so I have to get closer and closer and closer to the camera. And so in the end, I'm one of those ones, I'm one of those people who I'm not like young and calm and sit back here. I seem to be right up in your face like that because I can't jolly well see. Stephanie says it's cooler here today too. Oh, I'm so glad, Stephanie. Yesterday I was driving my daughter to karate in the evening and it was so hot, and we have a few little cars here because we have all these children who can drive. Someone had taken my car, and so I was relegated to the old car that the teenagers get, and unfortunately the electrics all down one side have gone, and so you can't actually, the air conditioning won't turn on, and you can't even open the window. The car won't lock, and you can't open the window on the driver's side because none of the buttons work. In fact, I can't even fill it up with petrol. You have to somehow Mr. Myrtle showed me, you get a screwdriver and you go in the back like that, and then you undo like that. So I usually leave it to the teenagers. They can deal with that. But yesterday I was in that car and I was pushing on the button. Oh, I'm so hot. I can't make anything go. I was saying to my daughter, open all the other windows. I'm so hot. Anyway, hi Claire, nice to see you. Hi Barbara, I'm going to see you this evening. I'm heading down to Rangiora this afternoon. I am looking at 2 very full suitcases over there. I haven't weighed them yet. Goodness knows what they weigh. I might have to cull some of the things out of them. I'm heading down this afternoon at lunchtime actually to Rangiora. It's down a little bit down the other island in New Zealand, and I'm teaching all weekend. We start tomorrow. I suddenly realized this morning, Barbara, I was brushing my teeth and I thought, oh yes, I'm doing 2 classes tomorrow. Oh yes, okay. I think I'm ready. I hope I'm ready. I've got all my class notes. I've got all my supplies, fingers crossed. I sat down yesterday and just made sure I had all my ducks in a row, and I will be there tonight, and then I'm teaching tomorrow. I'm teaching swatching in the morning, and then the knitting fit fix, which is kind of like a micro version of what we do inside Wardrobe Toolbox. And then on Saturday, I'm teaching bust boost. That's a class all about bust darts, and I'm trying to bring my little mannequin. Hey Sabrina, I can see you there. You don't have one, do you? One of those quarter-size mannequins? If you do, can you tell me in the chat? Because then I won't bring it. If I could borrow yours, I'll need it I only need it for Saturday. But if you don't have one, then that's fine. I just thought maybe you would. Otherwise, I'll try and sneak her in. And then on Saturday afternoon, I'm teaching whiz bang pop color clash, something like that. It's all about color. That is by far got the most resources I'm bringing with me. We are going to have lots of fun in that class. I'm looking forward to it. So that is my weekend, and then on Sunday we have the market, and yeah, it should be really, really good. And I'm so looking forward to seeing everybody down there, all the people that I know who live down there. It's really fun. And yes, so that's where I'm at. I'm thinking I'll eat some lunch before I go. I'll weigh my suitcases. I think I've done everything. One of the problems is, though, and you'll all understand, I wasn't going to make this a long podcast because clearly I have a lot to do today, but I will just say one of the major problems with going away is, what do you knit? What do I knit? I have one thing on my needles right now and I want it finished like yesterday, and I'm really enjoying them, but I keep changing. I keep tweaking things, and I'm knitting a pair of socks because some of you will know that I am I'm one of the mystery sock people. Not such a mystery, but I'm contributing a sock pattern to Sarah from Bombed Yarns. She's got a sock club this year, and she's dyed me this yarn, and she's done a fabulous job of that, and it's got anyway, she's named them for me, and the yarn, and so I'm in the middle of knitting up my socks for that, and I just want to be knitting socks, but the problem is I'm just going to bring them. And so those people near me, you'll see them. But they may not be how they end up, because I keep changing my mind. So I just sat down before and I fiddled with my chart and I thought about what I wanted to do. And I've got myself all ready. I've got my needles ready, and everything's ready. I'm not even going to tell you anything about them. I better not tell you anything about them. It would be a surprise. But I'm ready to roll. Unfortunately, I was knitting the other day on my little mini circs, my little Chow circs, and one of the needles broke off. It just broke clean off the cable, and we'd actually had to head down to visit my parents-in-law, and so I had to zoom into Spotlight, and I didn't have my glasses. I had to get the lady to help me to try and find a needle, and they had some of those those double shorties that you can get, and I thought, I'd like to try those, but they only went to a 3.5, so that was a bit annoying. I ended up going for an Addy. The only needle they had that I could use that wasn't one of those old grey double pointeds was an Addy long one. So I not only had to use Addy with a blunt tip, which those of you either love them or you don't, and I don't. And so I had a blunt tip on my Addy working magic loop. I really am not a fan of magic loop. It was okay, but needs must. I said to Mr. Myrtle, we're pulling in here. I'm going to get a new needle because I cannot go the whole day and not knit, or I can't go it was actually the evening. I can't go the whole evening and not knit. So I did that. Oh my goodness. All ready to fly south. Yes, I am. I'm getting there. Oh, hi, Christine from the north of Scotland. Oh, are you seeing a little hints of spring yet? Has it happened? Hi, Yona from New York City. Nice to see you too. You'll be the same. Sunny and grey town. Is that you, Rachel? I think it might be. Southern California, cool weather in Southern California. Oh, it's so nice to see you all. Charlotte and Robin. Oh, brilliant. Jermaine, you missed Wardrobe Toolbox. No, it's still coming. I'm going to talk to you about that in just a minute, Jermaine, and so you haven't missed out. Hi, Leslie from Michigan. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, Yona, you cast on the Timely cardigan today. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. I can't put it down. Oh, I'm so pleased. Yona, you have to show us your colours. You may have shown us over in the Hangout. I have been so busy this last couple of weeks, crazy busy getting everything ready, just both to go away and also to then have the doors open on Monday. And we've got quite a lot of stuff going on in our family and our extended family at the moment, that people are not well and it's all a bit difficult. So I've been juggling all of these things, and I haven't had a chance really to go in the Hangout much, but I will. That's what I'm going to do. I'm taking my iPad with me, and I've got my phone, and I'm going to, when I'm not knitting, I'm going to be checking up on what you guys are up to in there. But if you want to come and join us and show off your knitting and talk about Truly Myrtle patterns, it's just for Truly Myrtle patterns, then come to the Truly Myrtle Knit and Chat Hangout on Facebook, and you just go to, it's facebook.com/groups/Truly Myrtle, one word. And just if you go there, otherwise it's usually linked on everything I've got. You can just push the buttons and head over there to the Hangout. I just noticed the other day we just clicked over to 5.2 thousand members, which is really nice. So if you want to come and join us, it's such a great place. And the other thing, which my team will be like, yes, tell them, because you've forgotten to tell them, we are giving away patterns over there at the moment. So every week we're doing a random draw for a free pattern, a free Truly Myrtle pattern, for someone that posts something, not a comment on someone else's. I think we're doing it just for posts, preferably with pictures, but you can ask a question. If you post a post in the Truly Myrtle Hangout, you will go in the draw. Sliding all over the show. You will go in the draw to win a Truly Myrtle pattern every single week. And so somebody won already. Last week, I think, was the first week. And I think we announced them on a Monday. So go and post and show us what you're working on. We all love seeing what you're working on. We always want to have a little look. Right, let me just see. Beautiful autumn day coming to Tasmania. Oh, it sounds nice, Helen. Hi, Rebecca. It's a cooler start today in Melbourne. Oh, fantastic. Yes, I do love this. Oh, Beth's making a beautiful wrap by Pearl Soho. Oh, they do some fabulous stuff, don't they? Hi, Bernadette. How are you? Catherine might have one. Oh, yes, thank you. No, you don't have one. Yes, let me know if anyone's got one of these quarter-size things. Otherwise, I'll squeeze it in. You put it on your Ravelry page. Oh, good on you, Yona. She's put her timely on the Ravelry page. Hey, hey, hey. Hey from the Hawke's Bay. The sun is breaking through the mist. Yeah, it was really foggy this morning, wasn't it? It was super foggy this morning. Well, it was here. Super foggy. Yona doesn't have Facebook. Now, for those of you who are not Facebook fans, and I understand that because I'm not particularly a Facebook. I don't really use Facebook. I use it for my work. I don't really use it a heck of a lot. I have a few things that I'm in some groups and I pop over, but I forget. So the nice thing about Wardrobe Toolbox is that we have our own forum off Facebook. We used to be on Facebook and now we have our own forum. So we had a lot of people who weren't on Facebook and I just wanted to have our own island. I also didn't want to have everything muddled up. It's very difficult to find things on Facebook and I wanted to have it so we weren't subject to an algorithm, victims of an algorithm. And so over in our lounge, it's called the Lounge on Wardrobe Toolbox, you can talk about anything that you're knitting. We have groups for sewing, we have groups for crochet, we have groups for spinning, we have groups for all sorts of things. And so if you're not interested in those, you don't have to join those groups. We also have the main feed, so you can post things there. We designed it to look like Facebook. It looks a lot like Facebook so that it feels very familiar. There won't be a lot that you need to learn about it. It's pretty intuitive if you've ever used social media before, particularly Facebook. And it's not the same colours, but that's all right because they're our colours. But it's really good because we have our own little space. Now, at this stage, I don't have an app. That is something that I would like, and it's extortionately expensive, and I haven't got one at the moment, but I am going to look into it and think about a way that I could get an app for Truly Myrtle. We'll see. Watch this space. But in the meantime, we show you how you can save it as a little icon on your phone. So if you see there, I've got it right there as a little icon on my phone, and then you can click that and it just goes straight to Wardrobe Toolbox. You can do it on your desktop, you can do it on your laptop, you can do it on your iPad, you can do it on your phone. So we show you how to do that, and yeah, it's really good. I really like it over there. It's just so nice to see what everybody's doing. It's a really very, very warm and supportive place. It really is. Wardrobe Toolbox is such a friendly place to come. So if you're in need of some friendliness, that's the place to come. So I've had a few questions and I'll go through those that you guys have sent me. Last week I told you a lot about what's happening inside Wardrobe Toolbox. So if you want to really understand what it's all about, go back there. But you might get a gist of it anyway just from watching this. So it is, like I said, it's a subscription. So you can either choose to pay every month or you can choose to pay for the full season. And actually, that's one of the questions I had. Someone said, I'm on the waiting list for Wardrobe Toolbox, but I can't seem to find the prices. I haven't actually put them up yet, that's why. I have told you, I think, in an email, and I told you last week, but let me tell you again. The monthly cost, and this has not changed for about 3 years, maybe, I think about at least 3 years. I don't think this price has changed. And you get to keep the price that you sign up with the whole time you're a member. As long as you stay a member, you stay on that price. So this price has stayed the same for a few years. I think that come October, I'm really reluctant to put the price up, but if it goes up a little bit in October, I'm telling you now it might. But at the moment it's staying the same. So it's $38.50 New Zealand per month. So you pay that every month, and I'll tell you what you get in a minute, but I've done some conversions. I looked at it this morning. So New Zealand dollars is $38.50. US dollars, it's an amazing time to join up right now. It's $22 a month. Australia, it's 35 Australian dollars. It's $20.50. 20 euros and 50 cents. I think that's how you say it. I saw a thumbs down. A thumbs down. Oh my gosh, it's such good value. Let me tell you what you get. That reminds me, actually, you need to do me a thumbs up. Thank you, people. Thumbs up, because then YouTube gets to show everybody this video. And then it's £17 for the UK. So it's New Zealand dollar is really in the ditch at the moment. So it's such a good time if you're overseas to join us. We can't afford to travel. We can't afford to buy anything from anywhere else. But you guys are getting an incredible deal. So that's per month. You can choose to sign up per month. And then you could, if you didn't fancy it, and if it wasn't for you, we don't do refunds if you don't like it. But if you get there after the month and you go, oh God, this is not for me, or you say, oh, whoa, there's something crazy's happened in my life, I need to go. You can quit after a month if you want to. If you sign up for a month, you just give us a notice. I tell you how you quit, and you can get out. You can, though, get a discount if you sign up for the full season. And currently the full season is $210 New Zealand. I haven't worked out what the conversions of that are, I'm sorry, but it's going to be a lot less in all of those other currencies. That's New Zealand prices, $210. That's actually quite a good value. The thing about signing up for the full season, that's 6 months, is you do it once and then you're in. So you're in for the 6 months and then it automatically rolls over. You don't have to worry about it again if you don't want to, and you keep that price. You can, US dollars, it's 120. Thank you, Yona. So I feel like it's a good value. Partly because I'm doing something new for this new season, and I have taken currently it's about 90% existing Wardrobe Toolbox content. We have 5 years of content, and we have someone said they've just paid in pounds $96 for the full season. Charlotte's just renewed hers. Brilliant. £96, yeah. Okay, so we've got 5 years of content. There is some really good content in there. There is some content that I want to remake and refresh. I've got 5 years older. My hair has changed. My glasses are different. I have learnt so much more. I have other ways of telling you things. There is some content that I will refresh, and I am going to get to work to do that. But it's really good. It's really good content. We've got lessons where I have got little short videos for you to watch. I've got amazing handouts. We've got tutorials. We've got masterclasses. We've got all our old Q&As. There's so much stuff in there. But what I've done is I've pulled out from the lessons core information that I think is really helpful for you when you're starting your sweater journey. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that just came out of my mouth. That is the worst thing to say, isn't it? When you haven't knitted a sweater before and you want to have a go at a sweater, or if you haven't made one that fits you properly and you're really unhappy with it, then this is great for you. This is like a framework for you. I'll leave the other thing aside. I had a conversation with Mr. Myrtle the other day about journey, because people keep talking about journeys at his work and it's just driving him insane. All the journeys, these journeys. I said, I know, sometimes I say that, sweater journey, but I'm not going to say that anymore. Anyway, it's like a framework. So what I've done is I've pulled out a whole lot of existing information. I've added a little bit to it. That will evolve. It's called Sweater Fit Plus. It's going to be inside Wardrobe Toolbox, and once you have been there for the entirety of season 11 or any ongoing season, once you've signed up for a full season, either you do that at the beginning or you've ended up staying for 6 months. Once you've done that, then you get to keep that. You get to keep Sweater Fit Plus, and it will change and it will evolve and it will grow, and so you get the benefit of that. I don't ever want you to leave. But if you do decide you need to, you can keep access to that. And I think that is actually an incredible deal to keep that, because it will operate a bit like a course. I'm not calling it a course because this isn't school. I don't want it to feel like school, but I do want to I just want to either just say, come with me, come over this way. I'm going to show you how to do a few things, or I'm going to hold your hand if you need me to. One of the things that goes with Sweater Fit Plus is a monthly Q&A just for Sweater Fit Plus. And so that will be in the 3rd week of the month. And you get a chance to ask me your questions inside Sweater Fit Plus, and then we bring it back to the Q&A, which we have on Zoom. That will be recorded, and we'll keep that recording for 30 days or till the next one comes along. We're not going to keep those indefinitely. You will have the option of keeping access to those Q&As as well if you decide to leave later. I'm going to talk about that more at the end of the season because it might apply to more of you, but I really don't want you to leave. And in fact, I had a look yesterday because I was setting up a whole lot of emails and things to send out next week, and I was looking to see that the bulk of people that are inside Wardrobe Toolbox actually are there from the beginning. They've just stayed, and so that's a really nice testament actually to Wardrobe Toolbox, that people come and far more stay than ever leave. So it's really, really nice. It becomes a bit of a knitting lifestyle. So that's how it works. You can sign up for it monthly, or you can sign up for a full season. Once you've been in for a full season, you will be able to keep that access to that Sweater Fit Plus, and you will have an option to keep going with the Q&As. It's nice to see your thumbs up. If you are here, you could just say, "Hi, I'm here," by giving me a thumbs up. That would be nice too. Okie dokie. Two more. There's a couple more questions. I've got a few more questions. The live podcast that I do 1 hour in length on a weekly basis, that's this one. It occurs when? This podcast is not part of Wardrobe Toolbox. This is just Truly Myrtle. This is just me having a chat to you. This podcast happens every single week at this time. If you're watching it later, you don't know what time it is. But I'll tell you, it's Thursday mornings, my time, 10 a.m. Thursday mornings. Bang on 10 o'clock. I will click go, I'll click live, and here I am. And this podcast was supposed to only be half an hour today, but it looks like it's going to be longer. It's usually anywhere between about half an hour and an hour. I don't usually go over the hour, but that is every single week. And I put a replay in my mini mag, which comes out Friday mornings. So if you miss the live, you can catch it later on the replay, or it's on YouTube, and it's also on Facebook, which is why it's nice to give me a thumbs up, because then YouTube will show more people. And you might even see it in your feed. Okay, knit night, she said. Knit night once a month, but when? Inside Wardrobe Toolbox, we have a live session on Zoom almost every week. And in fact, this month coming, we have one every week, and every week except the first month, we have two. We have got an action-packed first month of season 11. April is dynamite. I cannot wait to show you what's happening in there. We have got an incredible guest coming. We've got two incredible guests coming. We have got extra sessions to show you how to use the website. We've got both the Q&As. We've got our sort of general Q&A, and then our Sweater Fit Plus Q&A. We've got our knit night. We've got Claire's Cafe. We've got all sorts of things that happen on a regular basis, month to month, and they are all on Zoom, and they're all live. Everything except the knit night is recorded. I don't record the knit night. The knit night is hours and hours and hours long. The longest one we've had is 3 hours. Generally, they're an hour and a half to 2 hours. And so I don't record those ones, but everything else I record. So the question about the knit night, and I vary the times. They're always when I'm awake. I'm not going to get up in the middle of the night and record a video. Sometimes for my guests, though, I get up early or I stay up late. Sometimes I do them on the weekend. I will do something on a Saturday morning, my Saturday morning, but I try not to do too many on the weekends. My family got a bit sick of that. And same with dinner time. I try not to do too many where I go out at dinner time, but we spoke to some a lovely Irish couple a couple of months ago in the masterclass, who are growing Irish linen and processing Irish linen. And so I spoke to them after dinner one night because that worked out. And I've got quite a few coming up with people from the Northern Hemisphere. And so I tie in with them. And that's either one of those is going to be 8 o'clock at night, my time, to tie up with that person. And then quite a few are in the morning to tie up with them. I find that this time of day, mid-morning, early morning to mid-morning, is actually fantastic for most people. The Australians, it can be a little bit early, but the rest of us, it generally is quite a good time for us. I'm just reading some of your comments. Oh, good. Yeah. Anyway, so that is this thing. I do vary the times, I vary the days, but generally Tuesday and Wednesday are really good days for me. Wednesday, I get the house to myself. So Wednesday's a great day. Thursday, I always have the podcast. So I'm juggling other things, but I always let you know at the beginning of the month when all the live videos are. I haven't got the calendar. I've put it over on my desk. I have a calendar for Wardrobe Toolbox. You get that at the beginning of a month. I tell you what's on. I do a video. I say this is what's happening this month. And then every single week, we send emails, and you can email every single week on my Monday morning. So some of you, it'll be Sunday night, and it'll say, this is what's happening this week. There's no pressure to join in everything. Just, I am an over giver for these things. I think I give you a lot of things because I know that not everything suits everybody, and so you just take the things that work for you. You do have the option to join in on a lot, but you are not required to join in on a lot. You will not miss out if you don't join in on a lot. You have so many opportunities to say, I'm stuck on this. I have this question. Help me with this. And we will help you with that. That I really love the fact that we can do some great one-on-one helping with you. So make the most of that. I would thoroughly encourage you to make the most of that inside Wardrobe Toolbox. Sometimes we'll say, that's a good question. We've made a lesson on that. Here's the lesson. Sometimes we will say that, but where you have specifics with numbers and things, we can really help you. Okay, that's a question. I just want to ask you another one because this was about hand holding. Yes. This person said, I'm really interested in the next season. I watched your video this week and want to know if there's a good instruction on adding bust shaping. I remember you saying that a few ladies had done so. I'm looking for step-by-step instructions and what I really need for someone. Really need for someone to hold my hand. Yes. That is something we can do, and I really enjoy that about Wardrobe Toolbox. And I think that what sets us apart from anything else. Well, not that I really know what everyone else is doing, except that I feel like this is something that we do very well, and so. I said before, I make lessons for you where I walk you through specific things. So, for example, for bust darts, we now have 3 different ways of doing bust darts that I cover. We haven't finished. There will be more coming. But if you have a specific issue and you want us to help you, well, we can all help each other. But also, you ask us these questions, and there are quite a few ways of doing that. You can ask us in the lounge that I talked about before, so you can ask a question to the general group and someone will leap in and help you and point you in the right direction. Sometimes I'll take those questions and I'll take those to a Q&A. You can send your question specifically to a Q&A, and then I will look it up for you and we will answer it. And then we also have an email that you can contact. So if you have a specific question on something, you could fire it through, and Claire's at the end of those emails and she helps you out. So we've got quite a few different ways for you to get help. In what way would it be one-on-one help? I would think it would be more of posting a question and hearing lots of potential help. Lisa, it's one-on-one help when you actually ask us the question. And so if you ask in the lounge, it can be more general, but we do try and help you as much as we can in there with your specific question. But in our Q&As, you send me your actual question and I give you an actual answer. So I need information from you in order to do that. So if you say to me, I'm knitting, let's say it's one of my patterns, because sometimes I don't have access to all the other patterns. So that can be, I can help you as much as I can with other patterns. But let's say it's one of mine. I will pull out that pattern. I will find stitch counts. I will look at row counts. I will look at sizes. I will look at your measurements. I will look at what you're trying to do. And I'll say, hey, this is a good idea. Why don't you try this, this, and this? I do try and open up the question so it can be helpful for lots of other people, but you get to ask me exactly what you need. And our email with support, where Claire is there, she can also help you. And Claire goes above and beyond to help people. She does little videos for people. She does photos of things. She's really, really great at helping. So there are ways that you can get one-on-one without me physically being next to you. I mean, it would be perfect if you could just come and sit on my couch like my mum has been doing. I've been helping my mum with her new sweater she's knitting at the moment. It's her first top-down garment for herself, and it's actually been really interesting for me with her doing it. It's really helpful. It's like, the universe brings you things when you need them at the right time. But I do my very best to give you as much as I can. Oh, Barbara says, being a member of Wardrobe Toolbox, I've learned how to do bust darts and I now make garments that fit me and I love wearing. Yeah, Barbara has done a really good job of that. So, yes, in terms of hand holding, we do everything we can to help you step by step. I thoroughly, look, some of this is going to be you as well. Not some, a lot of this is going to be you as well. The thing is that Wardrobe Toolbox appears to attract people who say, right, I'm going to do it. I'm jolly well going to do this, or I'm going to give it a go. We do seem to attract people like that, and that is really I like that. That is pretty cool, because why not? It's not rocket science. It's not brain surgery. We can do this. It's knitting. We can definitely do this, and it's not frivolous and it's not silly. This is stuff that makes us feel fantastic, and then everybody benefits. I really like a can do. I have a can-do attitude, and I hope that I give that to you too, because I know that you can do it. And once you have mastered, like Barbara, once you have mastered something that works for you, you can start pulling that into all sorts of stuff that you can make. Janice says, I agree, there are a lot of experienced knitters in Wardrobe Toolbox with a wide variety of skills, and everyone is so helpful. Yeah, they are, aren't they, Janice? The funny thing is, I think, for the new people coming in, what is worth remembering is that the vast majority of those knitters who look experienced now, who are experienced, when they started Wardrobe Toolbox, some of them 5 years ago, they weren't. And there were a lot of stuff that they came in, and I've talked to knitters about this, that, you know, they even swatch differently. They look at yarn differently. They pick patterns differently, and we've just learned so much over these last years that I think that's why they're staying as well, because we're in a knitting lifestyle now, and I think once you start learning things, you realize that, whoa, this is so interesting, this is so cool, and there is so much more I could learn. I'm still learning things all the time. I find it exhilarating for my brain, and my hands love it. Someone said, how do I find time to knit? Exactly. How do I find time to knit? I keep saying to Mr. Myrtle, it's going to settle down soon. It'll settle. I'll clean the house. I'll clean the house when I get back from Christchurch. It's an absolute pigsty. I'll clean the house. But then I'm thinking, oh no, what I'd really like to do is knit. I've got so many things I want to knit. I do my best. Okay, here's another question. I'm in the US, and I'm wondering if you give alternative yarns that are available in the US for projects in Wardrobe Toolbox. I've been going down a rabbit hole searching for yarns to make Alex, and the suggested yarn would be $48 to ship. Okay, one thing I want you to remember when you're looking at prices to ship from New Zealand is they're New Zealand dollars. Do the conversion into US dollars. I'll tell you what, it's so good right now. So first of all, do that conversion, because I think it might be $48 New Zealand to ship it to you. But if it's $48 American, I would be surprised. But maybe it is. Maybe it's just gone wildly crazy. Yes, that's the first thing. Check prices. However, I do try and vary the yarn I use, and I do try and, but there's so much yarn. There's so much yarn in the world. Have you seen my stash? I have so much yarn here. I am trying to use yarn I've got as well. I do try and use different yarns. But what we really try and do inside Wardrobe Toolbox, and I've actually done it again, because you're getting 2 patterns when you join this season, and one of them I'm going to talk to you about the yarn in a second. But the second one is yarn from my stash. It's colourful, so it has lots of little scraps. It's a perfect one for a scrap buster, and it also uses a yarn that I bought near on 10 years ago. You will not be able to get hold of it, but that is the point for me. Part of the point is I am teaching you, I am thoroughly encouraging you to understand a little bit more about yarn, so you do not feel that you have to use the yarn I said. You could use a yarn like mine to get a look like mine, but you could also, mind blow, you could do something totally different. You could use something that gives you a completely different look. And as long as you understand what's going to happen when you use that yarn, then that is fantastic. That is so exciting. The world suddenly becomes your oyster. You don't have to, it's not restricted by what the patterns I give you. They are blueprints and off you go. That is definitely the next stage. That is the next level that we get to inside Wardrobe Toolbox. When you're first starting, You might want to use the same yarn, but you also might want to just say, I want to make something like yours. I want to have something that gives me a good result like yours, but I don't have that yarn. I would love a session on yarn substitution. Yeah, we have quite a lot inside Wardrobe Toolbox already. We keep coming back to yarn all the time. And so we just did one at the end of last year about summer yarns. We've done one about sweater yarns. We've looked at all sorts of different things. We've looked at what yarns are made of. We've looked at reusing yarn. There's a lot in there, and we haven't finished. There will always be more. And we also have inside the website, we continue to compile a directory of yarns, of yarn shops, yarn dyers from all over the world. So if you have someone that you love, you just let us know and we will add it to our index of, it's a yarn directory that we have inside Wardrobe Toolbox. So that is a really, really great resource. So let me just have a look at your comments. Oh, Tracy, you're so nice. I really like your style with everything. That's so nice. That is so nice. You wouldn't like my dinners at the moment, Tracy, because I'm not making very good dinners at the moment. In fact, I'm saying, I'm sorry, I'm too busy to make dinner. You can make someone else make dinner. Barbara said, I was knitting with a group of women last night and we were commenting that back in the day, knitting was in pieces, straight needles, knit two together, knit front and back, one way to cast on and cast off, and so many techniques and skills to learn within Wardrobe Toolbox. It is quite different. So when my mum, and if my mum's listening, she might be listening, when she says, I'm a very experienced knitter, you know, Libby, she says that, and I hear that a lot, and I go, I know, but this is so different. This is so different. We focus inside Wardrobe Toolbox on top-down knitting. I have done a bit about seaming, and we have done a bit about converting things from, pieces to set and seamless. We talk about how to do things if you want to do various parts flat, like if you want to knit not the sleeve and the round, you want to knit it flat. We can talk about all of those things, but I have learnt from all of you that you have found me because you love top-down knitting, and that is what you want. So I will just put my ideas about doing knitting flat on pause for a while because I hear you and I hear that you want top-down knits. And so when you are doing top-down knits, it's a new way of thinking. And in fact, some of the videos that are in Sweater Fit Plus that I've just put in, and I will take this further, is for someone who is new to a top-down knit. And so we're starting you with thinking about how to do it with the tools you need and why we would do it, and some of the tips that we know about knitting top down. And yeah, I think it just is it's a different way of thinking. It's really good for our brains. I think it's good for our brains. Oh, you're very kind too, Tracy. She said I'm very kind too. That's very nice. I try and be kind. That is so true. I thought there was only one cast on and cast off, and how wrong was I, says Marie. Yeah. Yes, Yona uses Yarn Sub. Yes, Yarn Sub is a website, Yarn Sub. It is an excellent website. And actually what Claire does, who's one of my team members, is when we have a pattern with something, she will check Yarn Sub and then she will tell Yarn Sub about our yarn. Like, for example, she did that with Eros. I think it was Eros. And so Yarn Sub then get more yarns in their directory. So we try and help them out too. When is your next new pattern coming out in Wardrobe Toolbox? Do most of you have an idea of what's coming down the pike and get ready for a knit along with a realization that nothing's a race, etc., etc.? I keep everything a secret. The patterns come out every 2 months. They are brand new, exclusive to Wardrobe Toolbox, at least for a short time, if not for a year. And in fact, one of the ones that's coming out for Sweater Fit Plus is only going to be available in Sweater Fit Plus. I'm not going to sell that one. I don't tell anybody. I've actually had a thought of doing something which I might introduce this season, where I do a pattern preview video the month before, the week before the new pattern comes, just to talk it through with you. I might do that. We'll see how we go. It just all depends if I've been able to finish all the photos and do everything. But that is something I can do. But otherwise, it's a surprise. You just know that in every second month, starting with the first month that you join, you will get a pattern or two. This time you're going to get 2. So nothing is a race. Mostly I haven't told you because I will develop a lesson around that pattern. And so whether it's to do with yarn, or whether it's to do with a particular swatching, or whether it's to do with something to do with a construction, I tie it in. I have a lot tied it in with my lessons, and so it's quite nice to get it all together. And I don't see it as a race, and so you don't get the pattern, and I don't expect you to cast on that day. In fact, I really don't expect you to cast on that day unless you're doing a swatch and you have some yarn that would be, that you want to try. So as at the moment, the patterns are a surprise to you. You're not going to love all the patterns, and that's fine. There are lots of patterns. You can knit anything you want inside Wardrobe Toolbox. We'll help you with it the best we can. But if you do want to join in with these patterns, then yes, they are a surprise. You have access to all of the old patterns from the old seasons. You don't automatically get those, but you can purchase those inside Wardrobe Toolbox, and you get those at a great price in there. I'll tell you really quickly about the new one, because someone did ask me. Where did she ask me? I'll just get the right that goes along with my question. Here we go. Right. For the sweater class, so I want to say to you, for Knit Fit Plus, and it might evolve over time. It's Knit Fit Plus. Everything I do inside Wardrobe Toolbox is a bit of an experiment. And the nice thing about being just me, that I don't have to ask for permission from anybody, is that I can change if I want anytime. So I like that about it. And Sweater Fit Plus currently, I hesitate to call it a course. It is a bit like a course because we've divided it into modules, and you can sort of watch things and work your way through. But this is not school. I just want you to, when you need stuff, come back to it. I do think it's a nice idea to go through some of this material in a particular order, or at least go through some of that foundational material, which is why we've bundled it all together. But at this point, I haven't said cast on here, do this many stitches, now this, do this, this, and this. I will put, depending on what you need inside there, I am anticipating that I will make a few more videos a bit like that goes with this sweater, but and perhaps for other things. But at this point, I'm expecting that you know how to knit, and I'm not anticipating to show you knitting. I mean, I'll show you particular stitches, and I'll give you ideas about cast-ons and cast-offs, and we've got tutorials about how to do a whole lot, and things like short rows. We've got a whole lesson about different short rows, and you can just go through and, try some you like. But I have talked you through about things I would recommend if you're going to knit particular patterns. And I might do more of that inside Sweater Fit Plus. I just am really keen to see what you want and what you need, and then make stuff for that. So it will evolve. It will absolutely evolve. And I think it'll get better. I'm one of those people who just, it could be better. That could be better. So I keep trying to make things better. So it will change. It will change. It will evolve. And you'll always, you'll have access to that, to all the changes. Someone said, do you have a pattern that we use? And if so, can you tell me the yarn you would recommend? I would like to get the yarn ordered so I'm ready to go. Right, you heard what I said before. I don't expect you to cast on that day. I am going to tell you, I told you last week, I think, the yarn that I used for the latest pattern. I'm not going to show you a picture today. I have the picture sitting in front of me. I'm not going to. I am going to leave it a surprise just this last time. We'll see if in the future I may show you, but it is nice to get a bit of a surprise. What I will tell you is that the pattern that comes, we've got two patterns. One is in Wardrobe Toolbox just as usual, and we usually start the season with an accessory, and then we have a couple of garments. I used to do 2 accessories and a garment, and now I seem to do 2 garments and an accessory. We start the season because there's so much to get through, so I didn't want to blow your minds in the beginning. But now you will always start, when you're starting Wardrobe Toolbox, if from a brand new member, you will always get this pattern when you start this one in Sweater Fit Plus, as well as something else. It's like a mid-season. It's a bit like what I'm wearing. It's a mid-season top. You can wear it in the summer if you don't have a terrifically hot summer, or if you choose specific yarn, and you can wear it right into the autumn. And actually, for some of you, thinking of people in Queensland, this might actually be great even in the winter, this top. You can adapt it really, really easily. It's a top-down knit. It has a few lovely little details, but I've kept it quite plain, because I'm anticipating this will be a great shell that you can make changes to. And so when you want to practice things, this is a great one to practice on. I think I'm going to do a couple more like this for Inside Wardrobe Toolbox that are really great shells. But yeah, so it's like a summary top. There's a lesson in there about yarn substitution for summer yarns if you want to take it in that direction. It's currently got sleeves that are about this long. And if you want to make them longer, we've got a lesson about and handouts and things about making them longer. I use this yarn. I'm using this yarn, Filcolana Messi, and it's a 50% cotton, 50% merino wool. It's a fingering weight yarn. I'm actually knitting it I knitted it with a reasonably dense gauge on a 3.25. I can't remember the gauge off the top of my head, but you will find that out when you get in there. So you might want to hunt around if you're thinking you want something. You haven't seen it yet though, but you might want something that is like a mid-season knit, like what I'm wearing now. It's not a raglan, but it's a mid-season shoulder season sort of knit. And so maybe you want to hunt out something. This feels quite cottony. You could take this right in a cottony direction, but you could also make it, one of my testers has made it more like a sweatshirt. So you could take it that direction. You could make it with a different weight yarn, and there's stuff I've got in there about how to sub out your yarn, to make it a heavier weight. You could even make it in wool. And so you might want to make it a totally different look. And in which case you might want to think about the gauge. Do you want your gauge that firm as I've got? Or maybe we want to loosen that up a little bit. So there's quite a few questions I want to ask you before you begin that I think are worth considering before you begin. And I think sometimes when we've made catastrophic mistakes with our sweaters, it's because we don't think about it before we start. We just, I know it. Come on, just let me start this thing already. I'm busting to cast on. Just let me cast on. And I cast on and I get about a quarter of the way through and I think, oh, whoa, should have thought about that before I started. Didn't think about that very well. And so I really recommend just taking a moment and doing a little bit of prep. And some of that is just mental prep because you're just thinking, what do I actually want? What do I want to wear? And is it going to work in my wardrobe, or am I going to go lulled into some false sense of security that my life is going to change when I make it look like the one in the picture? No, it will not. So this is the yarn I used. I loved it. It was beautiful. And I used this one. You should be able to get this in most places. It's commercial yarn. It's Danish. It's not German. I said it was German last time. I just saw the DK and thought Deutschmark, but it's not. I don't know why I thought that. It's Danish. You should be able to hopefully pick something up like this, if not this, if you want. But wait to see the pattern, because I think when you see the pattern, you might have a sense of what you want to knit it with. And we can talk more about how do you want to make this garment? I mean, the other nice thing is you can make it a gazillion different times. Let me just see your comments. Your summer yarn lesson started my journey this summer, trying out lots of different yarns. Andrea, I know you've had some real fun with that. It's fun. Terry likes surprises. Lisa, you're so excited. Brilliant. So you need to come into Wardrobe Toolbox with my can-do hat on. Can do. Yay, Catherine has a small mannequin I can use. Is it a small mannequin or is it a quarter size? It's, Barbara, it's that little one. I might ask her. Oh, here's my mum. She said you're not wrong. I have knitted all my life, but I'm happy to admit that you now know so much more than me about it all. Thank goodness. I think I need your help again. Oh, you're gonna have to wait, Mum, because I'll be back on Sunday night. Maybe Monday. Yeah. So that is the thing. It's a totally different way of knitting. I suspect some people always knitted like this, but I didn't know them. And I have just, in the years, well, how old is my son now? He's about to turn 23. And I really picked up my knitting needles again when I was pregnant with him. So we're getting probably 24 years. We're getting on for 25 years. I'm going to call it nearly 25 years of being back in knitting and knitting differently. I did actually do a lot of flat knitting when he was little and on my straight needles. And it really wasn't until 2010 when I went to Knit Nation in London, and my youngest daughter was in my sling. She was she would have been a couple of months old, maybe 3, maybe she was in my sling. Anyway, I took her in my sling. So she was a teeny little baby, a couple of months old, maybe 6 months. And she went on the train with my friend Susanna, and she had her baby too. And we went to Knit Nation. She was a crocheter, I was a knitter. And my mind was blown. Now, that was 2010. Because my daughter's just turned 15 the other week. And so my mind, I could not believe it. I could not believe it. It was, my whole life changed that day. It really did. It absolutely changed. And for a start, I decided that was it. I was probably going to stop at 4 babies. I wasn't going to have any more. I would have probably had more babies. I loved having babies, but I thought, nope, I think I'm going to knit now. That's what I'm going to do. Looks amazing. I didn't realize people dyed their own yarn. I didn't realize people design patterns. Whoa, that blew my mind. I thought that, okay, I'd experimented with patterns a lot. I'd made up things. I'd tweaked things, but I didn't realize that you could actually do that. I don't know why I'd never thought about that. Circular needles. People were walking around knitting with circular needles. Now, the only circular needles I'd ever seen were the plastic ones with the plastic cable, and there they were with these needles. It was just mind-blowing, and there were so many people and all of these stands. It was just absolutely mind-blowing. I think I went to that festival twice. I think there were 2. I don't actually remember going the second year, but I think I did. Anyway, that was amazing. And then Ravelry was new, and it was all just starting, and blogs were around, and I spent the next couple of years, 2 years almost, my mind being blown all the time. So that's when it really did start. So what are we now? 2025. Yeah, so I guess 15 years ago is when it all changed. But my goodness. Oh my goodness. I will never stop learning things. I just know it. I've learned so much, and there is so much more to learn. Jan says, I love the Sweater Fit Plus edition. This beginner decided last fall to wait, practice more now as a relative newbie. I believe I'm joining at the exact right time. Yahoo! Yes, I think so, Jan. But please, just ask me for what you need. When you get in there, and you'll see the stuff I've got, I'm planning to remake some of the lessons that we have included with Sweater Fit Plus. So, and those will happen I've given myself a year, because obviously I have a lot going on, and I've given myself a year to refresh and look at stuff and upgrade it, and I've got a great team that helps me out, and so together we are going to it's pretty fleshed out, but we're going to replace things and improve things, and I think it will just get better and better and better. And then of course some of my team are like, we could do more of these, we could put more of these things, we could do more, and I'm thinking, okay. I mean, it's only their fault. It's totally their fault that I ended up doing that I did a garment for this. I wasn't actually anticipating doing a garment for it, and then all of a sudden a few months ago, one of my team members, I'm not going to name you, said, well, we could put a garment in with it. And I said, that's a really good idea. Have we got one we could use? What one could we put in? Let's put one in that we've already got. I think it might have been me that thought, actually, no, I think perhaps we need a new one. I can't remember now, but that wouldn't surprise me. And so then all of a sudden, here I am, grabbing yarn, doing swatching, getting my stuff started, knitting, and I did the photos last weekend. So, in the nick of time, we have got you a new pattern. The sweaters, the testers are going like the wind. Joan says, I love surprises. Picking yarn takes time. I stress over what colour I want to stare at for the next few months. Joan, this season, for the first month, I might as well call it the month of colour. I am so looking forward to having the masterclasses that we've got coming in. It is definitely a colourful month. We have got 2 people coming to talk to us about colours. Totally different ways, totally different things. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's going to be fantastic. Jan loves, I've read that one. Would BioBalance work? Yes, Susan, one of my testers is using BioBalance, 50% merino, 50% cotton. One of them is using that, and she is loving it, and she said it's feeling quite sweatshirty. So I suspect it's got a slightly heavier handle to it. I've actually got some BioBalance, and she said that the other day, and I thought, I want another sweatshirt. I want to make something with my BioBalance. Susan's, and you're trying to use Stash. I am all for that, Susan. I'll be right behind you. I will help you use Stash. Bernadette says, when you land in Wardrobe Toolbox, you will be like a kid in a candy shop. Relax and enjoy the knitting knowledge that you will find. I have always said it's the best investment in yourself and knitting. I know, Bernadette, you're such a sweetheart. It is. It will. Don't be overwhelmed. Please don't be overwhelmed. It's a big website. There's a lot on there. We've tried to categorize it so it's very, very clear. I don't like jumble, and so I've tried to make it very straightforward, but there is a lot of content in there. You are absolutely not behind. You're never behind. You are exactly right. And so just take a deep breath. Come to our session, spend the first month just looking around and just joining in the live sessions where you can, or catch up on the replay. Head yourself over to Sweater Fit Plus and have a little look and see what it's all about. But please don't feel pressure to like do it all yesterday. And if you think you're going to come in for 1 month and do it all, well, that would be fine. You could have a bash, but I'm not sure you get anything else done because there's such a lot in there. So just take a breath, make a cup of tea, grab your knitting and enjoy yourself, because it's a really happy place and I think you will enjoy yourself. It's always good to learn and evolve as a knitter. I know Terry, and Terry is an amazing sewer, so we love seeing the things that Terry is sewing as well. I can still remember 50 years or so knitting a sweater and not being able to squeeze into it. We just didn't swatch then. We just went with the pattern, how things have changed, all for the better. And Adele, we're also 50 years older, so it is even more crucial to us that we do fit into our sweaters, because I don't want to spend time and money on these things. I spend more money and more time on things than I used to, and I want them to work. So, and I want to wear them and I want to enjoy them. So yes, I think I was exactly the same. Swatch? No, I didn't even know what that was. Crazy. Lisa, one last comment. I missed the opening song of my first podcasting days. I know, me too. I love that song. I knew the brother of someone in the band, but over the years, I think that all that copyright stuff has come in, because I think the rights have been, I think someone else has the rights and all of that crazy stuff. So I haven't been able to use it. Well, which is a real shame, because it was such a fabulous song, wasn't it? I did love that too. Andrea says, I've used both the Messi, the Filocana, and the BioBalance, and they've got quite a different feel. The Messi is thinner. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think the BioBalance is going to have a much thicker, heavier handle. It's going to feel more like a sweatshirt. This is actually lovely. I'll show you this top. I think I might wear it this weekend for those of you going to Christchurch. I'm going to bring it to show my peoples down there. But if you don't want to see it, just don't look at me, and then you won't see it, because I might wear it one day. But it is really nice. It's lovely. In fact, I absolutely love it. I put it on and I just thought, I love this top. Absolutely love this top. I'm going to wear this all the time. It's a really good one. Charlotte, Wardrobe Toolbox makes me wish my life away waiting for the next exciting month. Oh, Charlotte, yes, because I don't tell you what's coming. I do. I love anticipation. There's nothing so much fun. When does it open up? Susan, it opens on Monday. So the best thing that you can do is jump on either go to wardrobetoolbox.com right now and sign up for the waiting list. I will remind you again. I'm going to remind you every single day next week that the doors are closing on Friday. The doors will open on Monday. I'll tell you when they open, and they close on Friday at midnight. Or it might be Saturday morning by the time I wake up, but it might be midnight. So I will tell you every single day that the doors are open, and once you join, hopefully you won't get any more emails from me. That is the plan, if all goes to plan. But otherwise, if you're on my mini mag list already, trulymyrtle.com/mini mag, then I have got a couple of emails scheduled to send you. But it would be really good to be on the Wardrobe Toolbox list, and then you'll get all the reminders. You've got a question about the Facebook group, right, Judith? In the Facebook group, there are two. Our Facebook group for Truly Myrtle is for Truly Myrtle patterns only. That's probably why you posted something and it got deleted. I've got moderators over there, and they keep a close handle on everything. And so we talk about Truly Myrtle patterns. Some people are using Truly Myrtle yarn, which I don't know how much of that is left anymore, but some people are using Truly Myrtle yarn, in which case they use other patterns. But otherwise, we just keep it to that, because there's so many people, and that is our thing that brings us together, is the Truly Myrtle component, and so we focus on that over there. If you are inside Wardrobe Toolbox, you can post about any pattern you want, any designer you want, any technique you want, because it's quite a different situation in our lounge. So that is separate. The Hangout is not part of Wardrobe Toolbox. It is a free group on Facebook. And the lounge is the community side of Wardrobe Toolbox, which is the paid club that you can join, which I've been talking about. Julie says, I've been a member since the beginning and I'm only just making the first pattern released. I've made others, of course, but I love that I can come back to the patterns as the right yarn comes along. Oh, that was a good one, that first one. In fact, I'm sort of doing that again, Julie. It's a totally different pattern, but the concept is the same. The very first pattern I ever put out, I thought, I'm going to give you yarn that you might not be able to get hold of because we're going to talk about yarn substitution. And I've done it again with this latest one. And the beautiful thing about that is you can make it whatever you want it to be. And I love my testers versions of this pattern that's sitting on my table in front of me. And yeah, it's going to be good. Adele joined late. How many grams are required? Well, it would totally depend on the size that you're making, Adele. I'm not going to go into all the details today, but if you have, don't panic about getting the yarn. Nobody's going to be starting on the first day. What we're going to be doing on the first day is I think first we're going to be talking about what kind of, what do you want to make? What kind of yarn? What do you want? If you want to make it exactly like mine, well, you can buy this yarn, but I think very few people will have some in their stash. If you do want to get something, you're desperate. I haven't got the numbers in front of me to tell you specifics for all the sizes anyway. But if you do want to get something that is kind of what you'd use for a fingering garment if you want to use, if you want to make long sleeves. If you want to make shorter sleeves, then just get maybe a couple of balls less than you would normally get for a long garment. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to go so long. Sorry, everybody. Hi, Diane. Caught you in today. Let's just see if I've got all the questions. I only meant to do half an hour. Oh. Okay. I had a quick question about the sweater fit class. Does it include anything about cardigans or modifying cardigans? I'm a relatively new knitter, and I would love to learn to knit the cardigan as where I wear cardigans a lot. Yes, we don't discriminate between cardigans and sweaters. The garment that we have got inside the Sweater Fit Plus that you'll get when you join is a sweater. It's a top. But we have had plenty of cardigans over the seasons. I will give you a little. We will get at least one more cardigan this season. At least one. We might have a bit of a cardigan fest because we had two garments in the last one. We had a summer top and we had a jumper, and so I'm in the mood for a cardigan, and I've actually already got one that is swatched, and I need to get on with that one as quick as I can. But yes, we've got lots of stuff that can help you with cardigans. So like, let's say you want to put bust darts in, we've got information that covers cardigans and sweaters, and I've got things about how to pick up button bands and how to work out your gauge, and I've got of all sorts. And so we don't discriminate between constructions. We cover all sorts of constructions. I've had garments knitted in all sorts of ways. I've had one seamed garment in there that's knitted from the bottom up, and if you do want to practice seaming, that's actually a good one to do because it's quite a simple one. Everything else is top down. I've had tops like this was one. This is Sesha. This was one of my tops inside Wardrobe Toolbox once upon a time. Little raglan, top down, lovely scoop neck, half sleeve. I've had yoke sweaters. I've had drop shoulder sweaters. I've had knit sideways. We've had a variety of yokes actually. We've had yokes and steek. We've done steeking. We've had what else we had? My mind's going blank now. We've had such a lot of stuff. We've had quite a lot of shawls. We've had cows. We've had socks. We've had hats. We haven't had socks for ages. Do you fancy socks at any point? Let me know if you want socks again. So we've had all sorts, and you'll see when you come in, you'll be able to see all the patterns in a pattern library, and then if you want any, you just grab those. I've never steeked, so maybe this will be the time to do it. Yeah, I've got a whole lesson about steeking. Look, if you want something, I can make you something for it. So it's one of the comments that I had, one of the testimonials that someone gave me was about how it's just overwhelming out there. There is so much information on the internet now. It's incredible, absolutely incredible what's out there. But it's so much information on the internet right now. There's everywhere. And so someone said that they felt overwhelmed by that, and what they liked about Wardrobe Toolbox is that it was all in one place. And if it's not there, you say, hang on a minute, I want something, I want that. And I'll say, gotcha, and I'll bring you that. Like, for example, a lot of people wanted brioche. They went on and on and on for years, I want brioche. So I brought them a brioche shawl, and we talked about brioche extensively for a month. Other people said they wanted Latvian braids, so I brought them Latvian braids. What else do people want? I think someone wanted steeking, so we brought them steeking. So there's all sorts of stuff. Yeah, socks, we've got lots of stuff. I've got quite a few sock pairs in there. I like socks. Socks would be fun. Okay, if you have any more questions, you can email me and you can ask them. I'm going to be pretty busy this weekend, but I'll give it my best shot to answer you over the weekend. My mini mag will come out tomorrow morning, and you can just hit reply to that and send me a message. So you get on my mini mag at trulymyrtle.com/mini mag. I have got a few emails that'll go out to you next week on the mini mag to remind you about Wardrobe Toolbox. But if you really want to be reminded, if you really, really, really want to, then jump on the Wardrobe Toolbox list. The nice thing about being on the Wardrobe Toolbox list is that I also send you most months, when I get a chance, I also send you an email just saying, hey, this is what happened last month in Wardrobe Toolbox. And so you will have had a sense of what we've already done inside there. So it's quite I just stay in touch with you over the months. I used the steeking lessons in Wardrobe Toolbox to make a steeked dolly cardigan, as I didn't want to do any purling. That is a really good idea. Yeah, dolly wasn't a Wardrobe Toolbox pattern, but that is so good. You can just take, it's a toolbox. It's Wardrobe Toolbox. My aim is to give you a box full of tools, and I've got two aims when I think about it. One is to give you a box full of tools, and the other one is to fill you with confidence. You can do it. You absolutely can do it. And you can just take it step by step, just row by row, stitch by stitch. You can do it. You can do all of these things that we talk about. You absolutely can. And so that is my big goal, is to fill you with this, yahoo, I did it, that sort of feeling. I hear that a lot. Oh my gosh, I didn't think I could do that, and I've done it. So that is it. All right, everybody, I really should go and get on and weigh my suitcases and figure out if I need to leave something at home, and whether I can take it all with me, and pack up everything. I think I've packed my clothes. How cold is it in Christchurch? I looked yesterday and it looked like it was a few degrees colder than here. Is it like boots cold, or is it jean? I've put jeans in. I've put long skirts. I've got 2 long skirts and some jeans and some trousers. Is it? And then I've got sneakers that I wear. I'm going to wear those today. I don't wear socks with those. And then I've also got some long boots. Like, how cold is it? Am I going to feel cold? I went for my swim in the pool this morning. I did it. For those people who are wondering whether I'm still doing it, which you're probably not, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I did it. I actually did it. I've been doing it I've been going in the pool. I haven't actually been for a day or two, but I decided that I would go today. And you know what? The concrete around the pool was actually colder than the pool. So there you go. It was actually fine. The easterly winds can be cutting, probably not long boots. Oh, what am I going to wear under my skirts? I might just wear sneakers all weekend. Should I just wear sneakers? And then if I do get cold, I have to wear socks though under my sneakers. I'll see. I might bring my boots just in case, but I don't have tights. I'll just wear them with socks. Okay, we'll see. I've got plenty of knitwear if I get cold, so that's not a problem. It's just, will I get too hot? That is the problem. Okay, it's warm today. All right. Well, we'll play it by ear. Okay, everybody, I think that is all I wanted to tell you. Those of you who are here from Rangiora and Christchurch, I will see you in several hours' time. And the rest of you, I will see you back here, same place, same time next week for another chat. I will talk to you a little bit more about Wardrobe Toolbox if you want, because the doors will be open and they'll be closing the following day. And I'm so looking forward to seeing some new faces in there. It's really, really nice. I've really enjoyed, there's been a lot of people that have come in this last season that have really got into it, and I really enjoy that. So that'll be good. And give me a thumbs up, just so that YouTube sends this video out. Give me lots of thumbs up. I think the person that clicked the thumbs down actually might have done it by mistake, because it's vanished now, and now I've got a heart in its place. So I think maybe it's a case of when I try and do things, I click the wrong button. I'm sure that's what you did. So give me a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to this YouTube channel, where I am now, that's a great idea, because then you can always catch me when I go live. Otherwise, I will see you do lots and lots of happy knitting, and I will see you same time, same place next week for more knitting chatter. And it'd be nice to show you something else, wouldn't it? But we'll see. Maybe I've got a whole bunch of questions that you've left me on my website that I need to answer too. So if you have a question, you can go to trulymyrtle.com/ask, and I will answer your knitting question right here. See you later, everybody. Have a happy day. Bye.